Testing 1 2 1 2. It's been a long day. You just wanna go away. You can't sleep at night, and now I'm here. I can't promise tomorrow, but you're gonna feel out today. We can tangle it away. Now I'm here.
Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Life with Spirit. And I'm your girl Spirit. And today we're going to talk about the last vlog that went up where I mentioned that, well, the title says, After Surgery, I Felt Me Going Home Storytime Chat. It's actually vlog 3. This right here would be vlog 4. Let's talk about it. Yeah, I was trying to think, should I separate the vlogs and then let's talk about it, but then I was like, that's just too much to keep up with. Let me just go by numbers. That way, if you're going back and you just want to, stay in order and with the vlogs and the let's talk and all that stuff, there'll be number and you'll know exactly, oh, I left off at 3, so next time I go back, I'm going to watch 4, something like that. Okay, so inside the vlog, there was a lot of stuff that happened in 2018, but I talked about I had a surgery in 2013, April 14, which had changed my life. And the surgery was a partial hysterectomy where you can't get pregnant, can't have kids. My uterus is still intact. Not my eggs, so Spirit ain't dropping no eggs. Spirit not dropping no eggs, but my uterus is still intact. And I can talk about the then and now, where I couldn't talk about the now before. So that's the difference. And I never really talked too much on it, but I remember vlogging, and in the vlogging I was saying that I had to have a biopsy done. So they took a piece of meat from my uterus. Oh my God. Oof, y'all, I was scared. I didn't even want to do that. I wasn't scared too much of, because I felt like nothing's going to be fine. Nothing's going to be found. I'm going to be fine. But I was scared of just the thought of how she explained it to me. My doctor at the time, I had a black African-American doctor, which I love, and I liked her so much. I just felt like I was safe in her hands every time I went to the doctors. I really liked it, my doctor. And she was very upfront with me, and she told me, she said, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt, but you're going to be okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That was one of the worst pains, and I feel pain all the time, but that was one of the worst pains I ever felt. I try not to even think about those times, even the testing, the awkward feeling of just getting in there is just not enough. They got to get in there, and it was just like, oh my God. And then it feels so uncomfortable, and I feel like, I kind of thought I felt like, well, if you're the type of person that is very sexual active, you probably ain't gonna feel too much of it. No, that's not true. Even though I wasn't sexually active at the time, I didn't have a steady boyfriend or someone that I can call my own, or someone I thought I was gonna grow old, or anything like that. But I felt like I done had kids, and I had 2 boys and 2 girls in my lifetime. Spirit was gonna be fine. Man, I was up in there is it almost done? It's almost done. It's almost done. I'm just like, oh my God. It was terrible. The biopsy was terrible. But after the biopsy and everything, I had to go back in for my results. Now, one of the reasons why she did the biopsy is because I was going through like some like fainting periods, like blackouts, like not where you just black out and you just like gone for hours at a time. I would have like a episode of like everything would just go black, and it'd be like a few seconds, and I couldn't figure out what was going on with me. My blood levels were very low, was not normal. At the time I was going through, oh my goodness, y'all. This why they say no matter how long you've been dealing with a person or a hospital or a doctor, when it comes to your health and you not getting the answers, like you feel like they're not trying to really figure out what's wrong with you, get a second opinion. You should get a second opinion anyway, you know, on anything that's got something to do with you. But me and my daughter went seeking for help, because I'm gonna tell you what happened. Okay, from like I can't go from the beginning because the beginning is like it's too much. Okay, but I'm gonna go from where we realized that something serious was really happening outside of my bone disease. Okay, so one day I was doing my hair, and I noticed that after I did my hair, after I washed my hair and everything, my skin started to get lighter around the edges of my forehead and my head. Then shortly after that, they started to get like flakes, and not bragging about that because I know people deal with it. Spirit don't get danger like that. Child, my hair can be a heck of dirty and I won't get danger. The only way I get like flakes in my hair if I use the product, some type of product in my hair, like gel or moisturizer, and it dried and it's been in my hair for a couple of days. So when I comb it out, it might get something out of it. But if I don't use anything in my hair, it could be months and weeks. If I don't use any products in my hair, Spirit don't get danger. Like, I don't really deal with danger. And, but I have dealt with some stuff. Oh my God, that's why I like when I do like ramble, chit chat, story time stuff come up. I recently had moved from up north. I was living in Texas and I went up north because I thought that I was going to grow old with a man, and we both came to the decision that it probably would be better for me to leave my elements and come into his, and that's what I did. But child, changing atmosphere affected my head. It affected my scalp, me and my daughter, in a way that we never dealt with certain things. But when we've been in Texas so long that when we started to go up north, we was up there in the wintertime. As soon as we hit the atmosphere, immediately we both was dealing with something that had pertained to our head. So we had to figure that out. So anyway, that's another thing. I may talk about that in another vlog, or I might do like an ASMR video talking about it one day. But I just want to let y'all know that Spirit don't deal with danger. If I deal with anything going on in my head, something's wrong. Something is wrong. Okay, so at that time, it started like the lightness, my skin getting lighter than my actual color, and then the flakiness, and then one day it had all these like tiny little bumps. It creeped me out. I was scared. I didn't know like what was going on. And then when I swallowed, I could barely get any, like my own saliva down my throat. I was choking, like coughing, then I would choke. I couldn't really get air, and I couldn't figure out like what was wrong with me. So I went to go see my primary doctor, who was our family doctor, and she told me, oh my God, straight up, she looked at it, she heard everything I said. I explained to her that I don't deal with anything when it comes to my hair, so my head, so something is wrong my scalp and it's coming to my face, something's wrong. She said, oh, okay, I'm gonna give you something for wig burns or something like that. And I was like, no, this not that, because it's not itchy, it's not burning, it's not hurting. And she said, well, I'm gonna give you some ointment. It's more than just for like wig burns. Use this and, you know, it'll be okay if it's not come back in about a week. I came back in about a week because it had got worse. Now my hair was starting to really thin, and that started to like really scare me. And I asked her, can she please just test it? And she was like, oh, it's no need for that. It's probably just something you eating. So she told me to, because of my bone disease. Sorry about my leg popping, y'all. I'll be popping, y'all. Because of my bone disease, I'm probably having a hard time with citrus. So she no longer want me to eat oranges and grapefruit and, you know, stuff with like real high citric acid, stuff like that, and to not drink soda. So I don't know, I kind of took that in because I trusted her, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm overreacting, I'm being paranoid. And my daughter was literally starting to feel like something was wrong, and she was just getting scared. So I blacked out again. So we went to the doctor again and told her that, like, you know, out of nowhere, I'll just get like fainted, and I could feel myself about to go, like I could feel it. So she told me that I probably just really stressed out, and I probably need to rest and stuff like that. So then, you know, we didn't really get no answers. It was weird, but I just felt like, my daughter asked me, she said, Mom, how you feel? I said, I just feel like something's wrong, and she's not really trying to like really help me. And so we decided to go get a second opinion. And with this doctor, the doctor said, okay, we're going to test you, like hemophilia, something like that. Now, I don't know, I might be saying the word wrong, but it got something to do with your blood levels. And once they test my levels and everything, they was like, okay, we're going to recommend you to a specialist, okay? So they recommended me to the lady, the black African-American doctor that did my surgery. Before my surgery, she wasn't even like pushing for surgery or anything like that. She just did a whole lot of tests. She went through like everything, food, diseases, anything, everything, every kind of test that could be done, she started testing me for. So the next thing you know, she was like, okay, we did all these tests. This came back, this came back, this came back. And I think the only thing we can do now is you need a biopsy. And then we'll try to figure out, because something's going on. But you definitely need a biopsy. And one of the reasons why I need the biopsy, because they said that it came back that it was like some type of cancer inside my uterus. Oh my God, the thought. And she said that they're not sure what's going on, but we need to do the biopsy first. So after the biopsy and everything, she told me that they found what they found, but it's dormant. I'm going to tell you, I believe that it's dormant because I became non-sexual active after a certain amount of time. Like once I became who I am, I just felt like I didn't want to be involved with someone like that unless it was going to be a long-term relationship, like marriage is looking in the area, you know, or we're going to grow old together or something like that. So I pretty much went, I don't really want to say that I was selling. I can't think of the word with it. Start with an S, but I can't think of it right now. Because I don't even want to think like that. But I just decided that that just would not be a part of my life. And I believe that's the reason why whatever was going on with me stayed dormant, you know. Because I believe like a lot of stuff come with, you know, the things that we do that is normal everyday life, like being in love or having sex, you know, and stuff come with that, you know. And so because I was not, it was dormant, there was nothing to aggravate it, nothing to stir it up or anything like that. So I was praising God, God be the glory that it was dormant. And she told me that I was going to have a partial hysterectomy. They're going to leave my uterus so that when I start to go through menopause as an older woman, or I can kind of age gracefully like I'm supposed to without going through so many hormone problems. So they left my uterus intact. And plus, I did tell her I do plan on wanting to have someone in my life, and I would still like to be able to have sex if I find someone that I love, you know. So I'm like, don't take my pride and good. I felt really bad about that. I was like, oh my God. She told me that I would be all right. Okay, so after the surgery, she was scared to do the surgery. They were trying to, they kind of like spreaded the surgery out to try to get my iron levels up, to try to get me a little bit more healthier so I could come through the surgery and be okay. It took a minute, but I finally went to the doctor and she said that, okay, yeah, you definitely gonna have the surgery now. So I had the hysterectomy. Now I can tell y'all, I think it put me in a space of so many emotions, like emotions, just thinking about my life. And I think that's how I was able to really talk about a lot of the stuff that has happened to me in life. And it was easy for me because my emotions was a part of having that hysterectomy. Like it was just like right there in front of me, and I needed to talk about it, get it out of me so that I can move forward. Like everything, like every little thing, like I'm the type of person really, I don't really think too much about the past, or I don't like hold on too much to the past. But ever since I had that surgery, all I can think about is and remember every little thing that ever happened to me. I remember one day someone had wrote me and said, hey, Spirit, can you tell us some of the happy times in your life, or the times where you were happy? And I couldn't remember it, majority of them. I think the only times I could really think about being happy is when my kids made me laugh, or I was talking to my kids, or I took my kids out and they were having a good time and they were happy. It just seemed like the only time I could think about is actually really being some type of enjoyment in my life was because of my kids. But I couldn't think of any of the really the big enjoyment of my life. I recently started thinking about some of the enjoyment of my life, or when I was a kid and I lived with my mom, the memories started coming back, where before I don't know if I blocked them out and I only could remember the wrong that was done, the damage that was done, the betrayal that was done, the letdown, the disappointment. That's what that's what happened to me after the surgery. So I was able to do story time with no problem. I was able to talk about my life with no problem. So yeah, I started sharing my life right after that. And one of the things that came with it was it's very easy for me when through my whole life when I'm young. Once I exercise, I jog, I make up my mind that I need to lose or shed a few pounds. I did it. It was done. It was easy. It was so easy for me to shed weight, to lose a few pounds, to be at a certain number where I felt comfortable and where I needed to stay. Because I also found out when I was younger, one of my lungs had collapsed when I was younger in my 30s, and I had lost a lot of weight after I left my second husband. I weighed like 330, maybe 40 pounds, and then I went all the way down to like 142, and my lung had collapsed, my right lung, and that's when they told me, okay, you need, in order the way your body shape and the way that your body lose weight, you need to stay in the area of 170. So, once I start to go underneath 170, I am going to start to deal with some discomfort, and it could be dangerous for me. So I was a little bummed out about that, because I remember being a little skinny, a little linky thing. So I was trying to get back skinny. I wanted to be skinny. Even when I had got to 142, I was trying to get myself to 125, 130, and that's where I wanted to stay. But when one of my lungs had collapsed, that went out the door. That was not no longer possible, because I have children. My children need me. So I said, okay, all right, well, I guess I'm gonna have to just stay at the 170 mark, so that I don't cause danger to myself. So anyway, talking about that, I done lost track of where I was at, so maybe that'll come back to me. But yeah, I just was able to really just think about everything that happened and went on in my life. And I think the hysterectomy put all of the sad and betrayals and negative and hurtful things that happened in my life was just right there. Or either all those memories unlocked, and it was so much that I could not see the good memories, except for when I'm with my children. Those are the only good memories that I can really think of. I couldn't even remember how much fun I used to have as a young girl, as a teenager, as a young mom. I couldn't remember any of those things. This where I was at. I knew it would come back. Dealing with the hysterectomy caused me to I noticed I started to kind of gain weight, and it didn't bother me at first, because me and Nadine would just go run, go walk, go to the gym. Oh, it's gonna come right off. But then it wasn't coming off. It wasn't coming off like what I was used to. Because I want people immediately, as soon as I start working out, Spirit about to lose weight. I had that type of body. And my kids are like that too. When they make up their mind they're going to lose weight, they start to drop weight. So I noticed that it became harder and harder for me to do. So I didn't have the stamina or the energy that I used to have. And even when I work out hard, it just seemed like the weight wasn't going anywhere. But also after my hysterectomy, some of the things that I used to eat was no longer feasible to me. That's the only way I can think of it. Like, there were certain things that I used to be able to eat that didn't bother me, but now I could not eat anymore. So I start trying to figure out my weight so that I can try to get my weight in control, where I know that I'm eating, but I can exercise and I can do this and get back to my normal weight or whatever. So I started to gain the weight, and it just got harder and harder. And I started looking up things, and I found out that one of the things with a hysterectomy is what some of the women deal with is the weight gain. It's one of the hardest weights to lose, So, but I didn't let that get to me too much. I tried to just say, as long as me and my daughter is striving for better, as long as I'm doing better every year, I'll be doing better than the year I did last year, and then the year I did 5 years ago. It's going to be okay. So, yeah, with the hysterectomy, I definitely feel like the weight gain is going to happen, and you're going to feel that you're not in control of it and that you're not going to be able to stop it. It's going to feel very scary. So that's how I felt, because I don't like to be gaining weight, and I'm barely eating. I'm not a person who eat all the time. You know, I do eat. You see me eat, but I'm eating my regular snack and meal right along with everybody else. And I don't eat like full course meals all the time. I do stuff like that for celebration and holiday, but most time I'm eating pretty much one thing as my meal, and I'm satisfied with it, and that's usually it. Sometimes I only eat, well, most of the time I only eat once a day, and I might have a snack, but that's it. I'm more of a snacker than an eater. Like, as far as I love me some snacks, child. But then when I'm real tired, like tonight, I probably won't eat a snack because I'm ready to take off my makeup and chill and thank God for my good day and relax. Okay, so the other thing I told y'all about the memories and the emotions. I was very emotional, very, I would say tender, very tender. Like, even though you may not have seen me, there's been a few times that I done broke down, and it was like I couldn't stop myself from breaking down. And even like when the camera's not on, I go through very emotional moments where I just break down like a 5-year-old. And I have to pull myself together. And I also think that the hysterectomy has made me even more emotional than usual. So I do feel like that is connected. So I don't try to be too hard on myself. You can't control every little thing. And sometimes crying is a great release. It's a great release. It helps you start to heal or help you feel better. And sometimes you just need to cry. You just need to cry, just let it out, and then be done. You know, once you get that good cry, just feel like you can go on now. You can do this, you can do that. You're going to do this, you're going to do that. You can go on after that good cry. Sometimes you just need to have a good cry and just let God hold you, you know. And that's what a lot of times I do that a lot. So I still do that. But I think I'm in better control of my emotions than I was when the hysterectomy happened earlier years. And here it is years later, and I'm still dealing with the effects of it. One of the things I deal with a hysterectomy is you thinking like, even though you don't get a period, you thinking that you're thinking that you're free. You're free from the bloating and the pain. Child, let me tell you, they left my uterus in. So guess what? Even though I don't bleed, I still feel the bloating, the cramps, and sometimes pain, and I still sometimes feel like I'm just gonna throw up. I still feel all of that, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like, I believe that I still feel so much pain. Even though I had a hysterectomy, I still feel my period every single month like clockwork. Like, I would sometimes have like backaches, or I feel overly heavy, or I feel like I don't want to get out of bed, or I'm very sensitive. My feelings are sensitive. I get upset easy around a certain time of the month. So I still get a period without the bleeding. So I don't know if that's good or bad, because I'm just like, why? If I had to go through all of that painful surgery, why couldn't I just not have those type of symptoms anymore? But she left it intact, so that, like she said, so that I can grow older the way that I'm supposed to grow older, and not deal with a whole lot that comes with a full hysterectomy. I didn't have a full hysterectomy, so I can't even give you no experience on it. I only can give you my experience on a partial hysterectomy. The pros to me having a hysterectomy is that I still deal with my iron levels, but I'm not blacking out. I'm not fainting. I'm doing pretty good. So that was the main reason, was to stop the blood. Like my doctor was saying, I don't need to bleed anywhere. I don't need to lose any more blood. I definitely needed the surgery. So that's what was the purpose for it, was to, so that my body didn't get rid of any more blood, you know. Yeah, so I just wanted to talk to y'all about that. I hope you enjoyed me talking about my life and my surgery, which was the partial hysterectomy. I did tell y'all, promise y'all would talk about it, and I hope that it helped, or that you, if nothing else, that you enjoyed listening to me talk about it. But you know, like once you have a hysterectomy, it didn't bother me when you said, you know, you're not going to have any more children. Look, matter of fact, I think I'm older than my doctor, okay? Though Spirit not trying to have no more children. And one of the reasons why I decided to give the man that I recently was involved with a chance is because he don't have children, you know, up there in the older age. Not older, but he's still in his 40s. He was younger, but I felt good about that. I didn't have to worry about nobody trying to, like, you know, shoot for a baby, and then I have to, like, let them know you ain't gonna get one here. And now we can't even, like, be friends or start a relationship because Spirit ain't trying to have no kids. And if you don't ever want to speak to me again, I'm okay with that, because if you want kids, Spirit not gonna give them to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that was one of the things that you need to know. Like, having a hysterectomy can be sad, because if you're still planning on having children, you know. So when she told me, I was just like, oh, okay, that don't bother me. I'm done. I am literally done having children, because I think at the time Nadine was an older teenager and Dream was a young teenager. So it was just like, you know, yeah, Dream was about a young teenager and Nadine was like a older teenager. So I was just like, yeah, no, Spirit ain't having no more kids, child. So do what you gotta do. And the other thing that I was afraid of, that if I had a hysterectomy, that I was going to start to grow and look older so fast. I was a little worried about that. But no, God has kept his light on me. My skin is still radiant, and I'm growing old gracefully, and I love it. I love the fact that I am growing older. Thank God I get to see, to the glory of God, that I'm still here, that I get to get older. And when I look in the mirror at my face sometimes, when I'm just like no makeup on, nothing, and I see the older woman getting older, it's a blessing. It is a true blessing, because I know it ain't nobody but God, and he's allowing me to grow beautifully older, and I get to see it. I love it. I look at myself, and I start praising God, because I know that I am a walking miracle today. Like, they just kept telling me, kept trying to prepare me, kept trying to get me to prepare my family, and me and Nadine started to go a different route with, like, doctors and food and stuff like that. And yeah, and I get to see what God has done for me. So yeah, okay, thank you so much for watching. Once again, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed the vlogs, and I absolutely love y'all comments. Y'all comments just warm my heart. I know that sometimes I might answer, and sometimes I might leave your heart, just to let you know that I got your comment, and I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I love the fact that one of my spirit likes was in the comment, and just letting everybody know that in the last vlog, wherever the title said, whatever questions they had, I had mentioned it already inside the vlog. So if you watched the full vlog, you will know that a lot of the questions that you asked, you probably wouldn't have asked, because the answers were in the vlog. But anyway, y'all, it's be about to call it a night. Take a shower, relax,